What's up, guys? So I know a lot of these Canon R5 videos out right now are talking all about overheating and video specs and everything, but I think a lot of people are forgetting that this is a photo camera with video features. So personally, I will mainly be using this for photography and for photo gigs, and I will be taking it with me on video gigs as a backup camera. I don't really use B cams ever, but yeah, just so you can see, that is the R5. So I've done one shoot with this camera so far, and I just wanted to share the photos that I'm editing right now. So, and also I'm recording this in the Sony ZV-1. I got this mainly to shoot behind the scenes on my photo shoots, but I might use it for my talking headshots too. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Get into editing, enough talking. So as you can see, these are the edits I've done so far. Was having a tiny bit of an issue with them because these are DNG files. We're having to convert all of these files into DNG from the CR3, so I can't use the Canon profiles, which that's the main reason I got this camera, was so I can use the out of camera Canon colors just to make life easier. So for now, this is what we're having to do. So let's just reset all of these. So usually when I shoot at very high color temps. I don't know, that's the way I like to shoot. The two lenses that I used on the shoot was the 70-200 RF and the EF 24-70 version 2. I have already made some presets, so after I get to do more testing with these, with the actual CR3 files, I might release these, but I'll just run through them real quick. So again, these are all with the DNG files, so we'll see. But let's start off with this photo. Again, we can't use any of the Canon profiles. Yeah, we're stuck with Adobe Color, which is fine. I just realized that it's a very desaturated. Also, most of you guys know I'm a Capture One user. The reason I'm not using Capture One is I tested these DNG files in there and they don't look that great in there. So I don't know what the deal is with that. And so yeah, we're using Lightroom for now. But you guys can see I'm cooling down. That's best of the tint. Boost that vibrancy up. I like very heavily saturated colors. So you can see right off the bat, we haven't done anything and we're still getting pretty great colors out of here. Better than what I was with my Sony, just without any adjustments really. But let's just keep going in here. These are just like normal adjustments that I usually make. When I'm in Capture One, it's a totally different process. So hopefully Capture One gets some Canon profiles soon. Make life way easier. This is a simple little trick. I want a little more blue in the shadows. Let's lower the blue in the highlights. So we're just doing really subtle edits here. Yellow's a bit strong. Let's turn that down. I feel like we're losing some color. So I feel this is unnatural to be having to boost the vibrancy out that far, but I don't want to touch the saturation. Let's go turn on our lens corrections. I always do that. Let's go sharpen this puppy up. Again, this is what lens was this? I don't know what lens that was. Oh, this is the RF 7200. And you can see it was ISO 640, shot at 2.8. Probably boost this up a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much all I would do on there. But if we were to go look at my presets, there's a lot more going on in these that I've done so far. And so again, I won't release these until we have actual RAW support, because just wouldn't do it justice. But let's create a virtual copy. Again, these aren't available yet, so I feel bad showing you guys these right now, but if you like them, you'll know what's to come. So you see, this edit's kind of based on what I would do in here, but there's a lot more going on. So I go through each little curves adjustments. I go through all the HSLs. We have some split toning in there. I don't do anything with the calibration yet. Again, I'm waiting to do even more to them after we have actual CR3 files support. But you can see they're kind of similar. Let's do this 9th one. It's a little bit warm to cool it off a little bit. So I think that looks pretty red too. But yeah, enough about those presets. Well, let me see what the preset would look on here. I'm just always interested. Oh, that's pretty sick. All right. Anyways, let's cool this back down again. Let's boost that vibrancy up. So this is the main reason I wanted to go back to Canon so bad, was they just have great colors. Even when you're using the Adobe Color, use Adobe Color on the Sony, and it doesn't look the same. So there is some kind of differing there in the color science and how these RAW programs have their own translations per sensor and per camera. So it does make it easier sometimes having a good base to start off with. Now, that's not to say that if you like the Sony colors and you like how they look in camera, that's fine. I actually liked how they were. But for how I edit, I wasn't happy with my edits. Granted, I could get them to a point where I'd be happy, but it just takes a lot more work. And you can see with this, it's way easier to flow through it. Like, I'm not having to do too much on here. But yeah, I'm not doing anything too crazy. Just wanted to share with people like what these files look like. Again, this is the 24-70 EF2. Let's go and mess with the calibration. I usually don't do too much stuff in here. I mean, if you like a really saturated look, you go that way. I know everyone's obsessed with the whole teal and orange look. So if you wanted to, you could take it that way just from this simple blue primary tab down here. And again, guys, I'm primarily a Capture One user. So I don't use Lightroom all that much, but I still got some tricks up my sleeve for it. Let's say if we wanted to get kind of a greenish, like tint kind of look to it. Just go over curves. In Capture One, they have a color wheel adjustment, a 3-way color wheel adjustment. So basically, it's like if you're color grading video, which I would be doing that in there instead of through the curves. I like Lightroom for getting very stylistic, and I like Capture One for very clean, neutral edits. You can get creative with Capture One, but I tend to have to open up and Photoshop just because it preserves so much color detail. It's the editing process in Capture One's very more precise, and to me, Capture One's for very like sterile. You can still get really creative in it, but it preserves a lot of details and color. So if you want to get really creative, you do in Capture One and then kind of go into Photoshop. With Lightroom, you kind of destroy a photo. It's hard to destroy a photo in Capture One. And Lightroom, you can just totally destroy the colors and make it look like total mush. Now, that's not to say you can't create beautiful photos out of Lightroom, yeah, because you can. It's just you got to be a little more subtle with it, in my opinion. Vignetting's bad on that 24-70. Cool that color temp down. Let's boost the exposure a little bit. And you see, so far I haven't had to recover any highlights or anything in the previous photos. They're all kind of softer light. Let's do a really like greenish shadow look. I'm just trying to give you guys, serving you guys up some different looks here. We'll go for a little more like the stereotypical filmic look. It's not filmic at all, but I guess it's nostalgic inspired, more Polaroid looking, I would say. Right. If you hold down Option and you click, it will create points on your curves without messing them up. So hold down Option and it creates a straight point there. So again, we're just flattening the shadows out, crush them, and then flatten them out with that curve up there. We're not doing anything too crazy. Let's lower these highlights up here. So we're getting a cool like little matte look to it. I also have Luminar, which I actually really love Luminar. But I've learned that for certain photos I need it, for certain photos I don't need it. I've been kind of lazy with my editing lately because I've been doing mainly video work. So when I do these photos, I'm kind of just like in and out with them. So again, I know a lot of people would push the tills that way. For some reason, people love tills. Shout out to Phil. Let's darken those reds. That paint was kind of faded up there, so we just do it up there. Let's lift the shadows up. See what happens. Yeah, there we go. Now let's do the shadows. I like those blacks crushed. There we go. Dehazer up a little bit. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, as you guys can see, we just pounded through these photos real quick. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to show people what these R files can do with a DNG conversion. Again, I'm not sure if these DNG files hold up all the accurate colors and recovery, but I know for sure that Lightroom doesn't let you use the Canon profiles, which again, that's the whole reason I got this camera, was so I can use the profiles and do even less tweaking to them. I'll just kind of keep the natural Canon colors in there. But yeah, I'm very, 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 very happy with how these files look. And you guys see, we just busted through a bunch of them in like 10 minutes, and these are all easily passable for brands if this was for a brand. Just need retouching, obviously. So yeah, guys, again, there's not a lot of people out there talking about the photo stuff on there. And I personally know more of my photography buddies are going to be getting this camera than my video buddies. All my video buddies are using cinema cameras. That's all we use for video, cinema cameras, and we use them for a reason. I have a lot of photography friends who still have the 5D Mark IV. A lot of them didn't switch over because the Canon ESR was not on the same level as the 5D Mark IV. And in their mindset, it's why fix it if it's not broken? But now that the Canon R5's out, this thing's definitely leagues ahead of any DSLR. And I think photo-wise, this thing is pretty much on one of the top dogs right now. So there are a lot of comparisons I want to do. I'm going to do a video talking about how I switched away from Canon into Fuji X series, and then the GFX Fujifilm medium format cameras, and then the Sony A7R4, and why I'm back here with this. So that'll be coming soon. But yeah, guys, hope you guys liked this video. Maybe you guys learned something about editing. Maybe you guys didn't. Maybe you guys think I'm dog shit. I don't know. But yeah, I will be coming out with those presets too eventually. I just need to do a lot more testing. I need to do a lot more shoots with this camera and try these presets out on them. So yeah, and then maybe if the presets are too good, man, I'll keep them for myself because I don't want people having my look. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions.